Alright, here's the secret. Go ask Steve. Only Steve knows. I thought Justin might have known. That's why I said that. But by your actions, it shows me that you don't know. And the funny thing is, mentioning that you have a secret about me and then not really having one, it kind of confirms perfectly with that there is one, and only Steve knows. Again, it's not so much like a secret, like nobody's ever gonna know. It's just at this moment, I don't think it doesn't it doesn't benefit to it doesn't benefit to say. But Steve knows. And it's one of those things that Steve will not tell you. You know how there's certain things that Steve won't say, and then there's other things that he will say? Well, do you also know that I mean, okay, let's try to put it this way. Who else on YouTube or anywhere, who else is putting the accusations out there like I am? I'm accusing Steve of being who I say he is. But who else is doing that? And I mean, not the scripted, written article about him being the vicar of Lucifer. I'm talking about what other regular individual, regular, normal, what other normal person out there that's just a normal, when I say normal, I know we're not normal. We're very peculiar, but when I say normal, I mean, I'm not going to say average. Yeah, okay, average. There goes the bus. Looks like they're heading off. Maybe they're coming to get me. What other person out there, all right, is claiming what I'm claiming about Steve? Anybody? I know there's other people out there that feel the same way. They're starting to feel the same way that I have. But that's only because you heard it coming from my mouth. And you like weigh out you balance it out. Like, that kind of does make sense. Yeah, it makes a tremendous amount of sense, doesn't it? And if Steve would just tell you the truth about me, then you would understand me better too. I mean, come on. I mean, he has the book of Gematria. It proves all things. Or does it? Does it prove all things? I wouldn't count on it. But I just look at it like this. There are things that I know about Steve that I didn't know before. And the more I start knowing, it's like, okay, all right, I see, okay, you know. Like it's, in the beginning, I didn't know who he was. At the beginning, 2018. Then I said, make a stand for SJD on July 1st, exactly, the first day of July. I said, make a stand for SJD. And then that's when everybody turned, and it was just me making a stand for SJD. Remember that, Steve. Good or bad, you know what I mean? Good or bad. That was good for you, right? It's good for you, for your publicity to be established like that. And then now it's like bad, right? I mean, from that, when I came after you for those 2 months straight, relentlessly, well, I got you to get up and you made a tremendous amount of videos about me, and your channel was just focused strictly on just me. And then you had some people try to distract me and make videos about me. It didn't deter me at all. And then I started to head off into Trump, because I started to understand who Trump was too. Now, I understand who Trump and Steve are, and I understand where they're at in the Bible. Not every place, but boy, am I learning where Steve is. And at first I thought, you know, I did think that there's no, you know, there's not one person on earth that's going to pop up and be the Antichrist, or be the Christ, or be Lucifer, or be any of those people. And then I start thinking, like, well, I mean, fact is, you know, spirits, whether you're the same damn person from before, or you have the same type of spirit, what's the difference? It's like, well, well, I used to be so-and-so in the Bible. Well, what if you weren't, and you just have the same spirit that travels on? Were you the same exact person? You know, I don't know. I've never, I'm like, nah, there's, but then I start thinking, like, well, it's probably possible. Because all the things about Steve that I see, I mean, come on. Who is the king of the underground in the Bible? Who's the king of the underground? Whose attention do I have? You know, obviously, you know, like I said, there's things that Steve will not admit. Not yet, anyway. Not until he gets everybody to believe. Well, you know, I don't even know. I think maybe it's my job to point that out and prove who he is. I think that's what it is. But if you really want to know the truth about me, just go ask Steve. I will say this. What Steve knows about me, well, if it was something negative, then he would say it. If it's something positive, he's not going to say it. And he also knows and has a secret about Justin also. But he's not going to say it. Steve has a lot of secrets. A lot. That's why it's a society filled with secrets. But when you can see the secrets from the outside, it kind of helps that society that keeps secrets, it kind of helps them believe the Bible is God's word. a little bit more each day, they start believing. They might not like it, but there's a guarantee that they are starting to believe that the Bible is true. Now, I'll give Justin a lot of credit for helping me, because what he helped me with was he helped me with the literal understanding of, because at one time I'm thinking that our spirits are going to separate our bodies, and then our bodies just drop, and our spirit goes up to God. That was the only logical explanation I can come up with. But then when Justin started talking about, there's a lot of people. It's, 7 billion people are going to. They're gonna be forced to get along with each other real soon. And then I'm thinking, like, well, that kind of sounds like you think we're gonna stay here, like our spirit, like we're gonna actually stay on Earth. And this is all within the last year that my knowledge has shifted and changed. So because of that, I started thinking, like, okay, well, let's see, what is the most logical, literal explanation as to how this transformation can happen? Then he started talking about the apocalypse and how it's a power shift, okay? And if people have noticed, if you've watched me for a while, you'll notice that is what I used to say before, that I thought we would, excuse me, I thought we would not float up in the air, but our body would stay here, our spirit would go up. And then I started talking about a power shift, a change. And, but that's because I've listened to what Justin's saying. I don't take what every word that everybody says as if that's like a matter of fact, but I do listen, and then I put it into context, what makes sense. So that's why I started to go in the direction where I'm going in now, and that's how I figured out more and more, knowing that we're going to stay right here. Okay, so how, then I'm thinking, well, how is it that things will change as we stay right here? How is it literally possible for power to exchange staying on Earth without God grabbing us out of here and us escaping? That's why I started to go down with the mindset of, well, it's the sky, the covering, the technology. And at one time, Justin didn't quite, I mean, he heard what I was saying, but he wasn't really buying that the sky is, everything's fake, the bombs are fake, it's TV, everything's fake, it's TV war. And then, but over time, you start letting things settle down, and you figure what makes more sense. So I'm giving Justin credit for me, helping me understand the literal and spiritual side, because there's a lot of spiritual meanings to everything, but that part is the literal part, where yes, we're going to stay right here on Earth, and things are going to change. And come to think of it, Justin's the one that started with the positive vibe, the positive energy, just dishing off the positive energy everywhere you go, everything you do, everybody you talk to, one person at a time. And I've told him personally that I feel like I'm 3 months behind on his understanding of the things that he says, and then it'll click 3 months later on a lot of things, and those are 2 of them right there, 3 of them: the energy, the power struggle. I mean, it's a struggle for the elite, but the shift, the power shift, and staying right here on Earth. So, do you see how my mindset was geared in that direction? Because that made the most sense. It does make sense to treat people with just respect, just a positive energy that you dish off to one person at a time. And every time that person comes across you, they have a positive feeling about you. And when everybody else starts doing the same thing, that's the way the trickle effect happens. So that's why I started thinking the way I'm thinking right now. Because I weighed out everything and I see that, well, this just makes more sense to me. So I'm going to go with that. Because how can I resonate with people? Because look, to think you're going to float up in the air, well, you know, I mean, it's a tremendous amount of faith, but it always kind of felt a little ridiculous, especially if your whole body's going to go up in the air and you're going to float, and your clothes are going to be left behind. Because, you know, they mocked Harold Camping for that one. But and then from what Steve said, 2 will be in the field, 1 will be left, 1 will be taken, meaning your spirit will be taken, your body will be left. I'm thinking, well, that kind of makes sense too, you know. So, but that's not the case either, because 2 will be in the field, 1 will be left, 1 will be taken. Nobody's going anywhere. The only thing that's going to be taken away is power. The only thing that's going to be left is those in the field, and the field is ours. Oh yeah, let me not forget when Justin came after me, because he was yeah, he was kind of mad that I was sticking up for SJD, and he's like, "Dumbass, he's the leading gang stalker on you." And I'm like, wait a minute, he is. So look, I'm just, you can blame it on him, blame it on Justin. He's the one that gave me this information. He's the one that helped me. And Steve said that Michael was helping him. You never elaborated on that, Steve, how he's helping you in that van down by the river. Maybe I interrupted your plans for that? Yeah, it's possible. But that's why I started going in this direction. That's why I started thinking this way. This is why I'm here today in this direction. And I'm not stopping, because I'm only building off of what makes the most sense. And so Steve, yeah, he knows a lot of secrets. They're all good. I mean, when you know the truth, but you turn from it, you know the old saying in the Bible there, right? The thing with me is, I've started to figure out the truth more and more. Every time I dig in the Bible, every time I do research, I just find more about just, you know, the history of people in the world that have existed. And, you know, it's like broadband information that it's not a way of you can't interpret it any other way than that is what it is. You know, so do your research. Who is the king of the underground? who's the king of the underground throughout the entire Bible, and who's the king of the underground now in the world? Does anybody know anybody who's the king of the underground? I mean, I know somebody named Stephen James Jonah. I mean, I know him, but sort of, you know. We've talked plenty of times, face to face, and he's talked to Justin plenty of times, face to face. Not just once, not just for an hour, plenty of times. So that was one of the lies that Steve said on the live stream with Jethro's, is that he only talked on one time for like an hour or whatever, and he was drunk. No, Steve, don't lie. Tell us the truth. You know more about me than I do, and I'm starting to figure it out. And you know more about Justin than he does, and he's starting to figure it out. So it's not just that it's a secret about me, it's a secret about anything that's good. So I know in the beginning you think, well, I have a secret. Well, maybe he's in the Illuminati. Maybe he really is a 33-degree Mason, because he does do 33-minute videos. I just do that spitefully. And then well, not only that, in the beginning I only did like 5-minute videos, and then I went long one time, and people started watching it more. I'm like, why the hell why would they listen for that long? And then I went all the way to the very end of what my phone can record, and it was 33 minutes. And I just started doing that. But no, you know, I'm not a 33-degree Mason. I'm not an Illuminati member. I expose who they are. And, you know, right here, I know the truth. And because of me knowing the truth, I actually have a little bit more respect for Steve, to be completely honest, Steve. I mean, I really do. Because in the beginning, I didn't know who you were, and I stuck up for you. And then afterwards, then I was pissed, man. I'm like, motherfucker. Gang stalking me, talking to me, face to face, just disgusting. I was pissed. You got all these people coming against me, sending me mail. It's like, I know who's behind it. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't fool me on that. Fool me once, can't fool me again. All right? I told you that, Steve. And then now I'm realizing, wow, man. I mean, I know you're just a man, and you're exalting yourself above all gods that are called gods. You're calling yourself the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. So did Nimrod. I mean, so did Osiris. And they were, you know, the king of the underground. And then I'm realizing, damn, Steve's actually the king of the underground. And I'm the one that got his attention. I didn't know who you were. I wasn't looking for you. I was just looking to get my word out there because I'm sick of these liars. And then now you're starting to see, Steve, that Bible that you know inside and out. It's true. It's true. I'm finding my place where I'm really at in the Bible also. And I see where you're at now, and I get it. And I can honestly say that I love you, Steve. I can honestly say that. I don't like the things that you're doing, but I understand the role, man. I mean, it's a tremendous look, you've worked your way up big time to be this way, and God set you that way from birth. And I gotta respect that. And I also realize it's like all these years, right, that you've established this platform, you're gonna rise up, you're gonna start, oh man, you're gonna be the shit. People are going to know you, the entire world. Watch. It'll happen. And then I realized that who you are, and that you're literally gonna appear out of nowhere. And but everybody knows you. Like all the people, it didn't shut off, did it? Good. All the people that work for you, right? Hold on. all the people that work for you, they think it's cool to keep the secret, like, oh man, Steve's like king of the underground, nobody knows, but we know him. That's so great. And it's like, I know Steve's the king of the underground too, and I don't work for him, and I know. And that's so great, because the king of the underground found me. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to be disgusted with the world, go on YouTube, start making videos, and then you came to me. And the funniest damn thing is, because of that, you coming to me, and then me finding out who you are, you've been established your entire life. Poor suffering servant, my ass. You ain't no damn carpenter. I'm a carpenter. I'm poor, and I've been suffering for a long time. But I'm not poor anymore, and I'm not suffering like that as a growing up. Just long suffering, waiting for the power change, yeah. And I grew up poor, you know. I didn't live in the suburbs. I didn't talk like that. I live in the suburbs. Yeah, we know, Steve. You've been freaking rich from birth. You got a silver spoon in your mouth, a golden spoon, whatever. And YouTube is yours. It's your platform. It is yours. And I appeared up out of nowhere and started saying some things that you know that was true, and you're looking at me like, oh crap, wow, is that really him? And then, but the best part is this. You spent all those years getting established to be the Antichrist. You're going to rise up. You're going to surprise everybody in the world. You're going to pretend that you're Christ, and then here I come, interpreting your dreams, you and Trump, and everything else in the world. Everything that is going on up in the skies, I can see it, even though I haven't been up there. Everything you guys are up to, I can see it, even though I never even met you in my life, like face to face, personally. And now I get to basically take over your platform and expose who you are for the better of humanity. Like, it's for the better for the elite to know that I know who you are. It's great for them to know and hear the message that I have, because I didn't do any of the work. I wasn't on YouTube being established for years, and I don't have people on my payroll. I don't have surveillance like that. I have this surveillance. That's all I need. And so now I get to basically take over your platform and flood it out with truth. That way everybody can see. And then when everything happens the way I'm saying it happens, then we can all get along, just like I said we will. So I think at this time, I think the best part that could have happened was meeting Steve and talking to Steve for hours on end and getting to know who Steve is. Like, getting to know the good you, Steve. That's what I got to know. And the bad. I got to know both of you. The W. I got to know the W. And you know me. Everything I say is true. Face to face, it's true. I'm the same person. Off the camera, on camera, same person. Everything comes out of my mouth is truth. So that's the best thing that could happen, was developing a relationship with you, Steve, and showing you that even though you're my exact enemy, I still love you, Steve. And you know that I'm telling you the truth. And I don't think you've experienced that before with somebody that isn't, you know, like a Satanist. What benefit does it benefit you when your own kind loves you? How about your exact opposite kind still loves you? Doesn't that go a lot further? So because of that, I feel like that's where the change of power happens in the end, because you guys can see that all the rumors, everything that's being said about you, the stuff that you guys do, I don't believe half of it, you know. I just don't believe it. I don't believe you guys eat human beings. I just don't. I don't see it that way. I just see it as it's a rumor that you guys thoroughly enjoy spreading, so people can fear you more. That's all. I think you guys are harmless. I really do. And we're going to see that we can all get along with that positive energy that, you know, Justin Michael helped me out with. He literally helped me out with that. That's why my channel is the past like 3 months or so, 4, 5, 6, 8, I don't know. As far as I can remember back, I've been thinking this way because I've listened to what made more sense, and then I applied it to my life, and I seen that, yeah, that actually fits. Not like the Fitzjames family, but it fits perfectly in my my life, what I need to do, what I need to say, how I need to treat people. I truly do love my enemies. All of you goofs that came against me and still are, because you're just blind, that's all. It's not, God is going to open up your eyes and you are going to see, because that's what Christ did when he walked the earth by himself. He healed the blind, you know, the people that couldn't see spiritually, and the sick, the ones that needed a physician, that needed to be healed of their suffering. That's all he did. And he raised people from the dead because they were spiritually dead. Did he really walk around touching people's eyes and he all of a sudden became not blind? Probably. But it also means it spiritually too. It has a dual meaning to it. So he's going to do it again. Christ is going to open up people's eyes, and because he is the head up there, we are the body down here. The body of Christ walks the earth, and you know, so does the body of Satan. The body of the Antichrist walks this earth too. And he's just going to have a change of heart really soon. And I would like to think that I have something to do with it, because I am truly the exact opposite of Steve. So if you want to know about me, if you really want to know the secret about me, and you know about Steve, just think of Steve, right? Of who he is, and then think of me as the exact opposite of who Steve is.